Hello from Vienna. Social design for sustainable city is the most important topic of this conference, and I'm really honored to be part of this conference. Let me start my part with a video foundation of the topic.
Over the next 25 years, the way people live and work will change as never before in human history. Unpredictability and uncertainty will continue to shape people's lives. AI, genetic engineering, robotics, quantum technology, and the continual fusion of man and machine will launch entirely new dimensions of thinking and acting. These technologies all pose philosophical questions on human life and its role in the universe. The climate crisis has a dramatic global impact. It's not a question of whether climate change will occur, but how we can deal with its consequences. Regions with the highest population density will be hit the hardest. Millions will be forced to migrate. By 2050, 2/3 of the world's population will live in cities. The number of individuals aged 65 or over will double to 1.5 billion. Democracy faces increasing challenges. Radical new technologies, impending economic crises, and environmental migration will further threaten democracies. Now, more than ever, a society of understanding will need to combine information in creative ways. Knowledge is power, evolves into creativity is power. Digitization and automation will lead to a dramatic transformation of labor markets. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle teaches us to accept uncertainty as a fundamental component of the universe. New professions require new skills, critical thinking, dealing with complexity, creativity. Education has to provide the capability to deal with uncertainty and ambiguity, think in alternatives, change perspectives, search for unusual connections, utilize intuition and imagination, predict the mechanisms of fundamental technologies and their potential societal impacts. To shape the future, we need to know both the alphabet of the sciences and the alphabet of the arts.
Yes, we need to know the alphabet of the arts for meeting the global challenges. Challenges that will primarily hit people living in cities. Till now, cities always have been laboratories for social development. Paradigmatic models in business, art, and politics were developed, tested, and refined in the city. The bank, the library, democracy, the theater, the university, the marketplace, the guilds, the museum. The city was a place for the exchange of knowledge, services, goods, and ideas between people of different origins, education, occupation, and worldview. Can the city maintain its function as a socio-economic development laboratory that creates paradigmatic innovations for the coexistence of people in a world that is about to change dramatically in terms of social life, economy, and politics? How can we avoid that cities rather become areas of social and economic problems than places of innovation? And what role can the power of the arts play in the process of developing and negotiating new ideas and models for urban life? Arts as urban innovation. This is the subtitle of the Social Design Master Program the University of the Applied Arts, Vienna, established in 2012. Our focus is not on designing products. We aim to design the social. Let me highlight only a few of the many projects which were realized in the last years. The most recent one, Coronity Radio, is a virtual space that encourages sharing of knowledge. It opens a counterposition to the contemporary reality of social distancing. Our social designers did already a project in Poland. Spotting Treasures in Bełchatów was a series of artistic interventions and workshops realized in Bełchatów, a town which was built near declining coal industries. Using local elements in the workshops, like pierogis and the milk bar, young citizens were invited to explore and rethink innovative alternatives for their current industry and social environment, opening the sense of imagination of both administration and residents. Feel dementia. In a new way, the project makes visible the individual challenges that people with dementia face every day. At interventions in public spaces, people were given the opportunity to experience disorientation, uncertainty, and overstimulation. Improving social awareness about dementia in order to change the minds of ordinary people and politics for a better life of people living with dementia. The European Union project Play City is dealing with the variety and diversity of urban centers in Oslo and Vienna, analyzing the potentials and setting fresh impulses. The 30-month project follows a transdisciplinary approach and mediates between citizens, organizations in the private sector, and city administration, focusing on the use and appropriation of public space. Global players, global warmers, and climate sinners gathered around one table on the 20th of November 2019, gambling for nothing less than the climate crisis. The title of the installation refers to the Austrian border town Spielfeld, where in 2015 many refugees crossed the Austrian border. The concrete wall with barbed wires refers to border walls like the wall now being built between the United States and Mexico, or the ones in Israel, or the former one in Berlin. The list could be easily continued. The variety of projects that social designers realize all share approaches that integrate artistic knowledge, apply transdisciplinary and collaborative procedures, and are concerned with social and urban challenges. That could be focusing on urban mining, or looking at the role of art and design in an atmosphere of fear, or on the right to the public, who owns the city, a question raised by Saskia Sassen, the grande dame of urban sociology, who also was in Vienna with a conference we organized. Or examining fundamental issues of housing and coexisting. Yes, we are facing radical challenges. Fundamental radical change can only be met by radical innovation. But what means to be radical? It means using a mindset that is used by artists, working with uncertainty and ambiguity, thinking out of the box, changing perspectives, applying non-linear perception, using intuition and imagination. If politicians and IT companies are talking about the future of the city, we often can hear the term smart city. Developing the city by implementing technology as we also always did, following the mindset of the first three industrial revolutions in a quite linear way. Is this smart? If we understand the term smart as precondition for meeting the recent challenges, which are radical like never before, if we understand the term smart as precondition for human civilization, a smart city is not just a city dominated by technology. Technology is only the condition of possibilities. A smart city is dominated by creativity, using technology as a tool for social innovation. So I'm rather with the urbanist Jan Gehl, who claimed power to the people. Thank you very much.